I'm Rosie from Total Chiropractic, and welcome to the first Friday tea break that we've done this ever, really. And I just realised that I don't even have a cup of tea. What bad planning is that? That's what happens when you have a busy clinic morning. Anyway, never mind. So you voted as to what you want me to talk about, and the keeping healthy habits has won by quite a long stretch. So we're going to talk about that today. So first of all, what is a healthy habit? So most people might think exercise or losing weight. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can be anything that you think will make you healthier or happier even. One of the sad things I found about my life is when I ask people on their new patient exam, what do you do in your spare time or your hobbies, and most people say nothing because we're so busy. So maybe even just starting a new hobby to make you happier, which will then make you healthier, bring you some joy in your life, that could also count as a healthy habit. So things like losing weight, exercising, maybe doing your exercises your chiropractor gave you, or your physio, or your osteopath, stopping smoking, drinking more water, meditating, practicing gratitude, anything like that. Anything like those can be healthy habits. So once you've started those, well, how do you start? How to motivate yourself? Now, some things are easy. Maybe it's beginning of the year and you're doing New Year's resolutions. Maybe it's your birthday coming up. Maybe you're going on holiday and you want to look great in your swimsuit or something. Or maybe you just want to be able to do something you couldn't do before. So they're quite good motivating factors. But once we started, sometimes it's easy to get sidetracked or stop. So how do we stop that? Now, it depends because everyone's different. So everyone gets motivated by different factors. So I'll give you a few hints about how to stick to these healthy habits, and then you can see which ones suit you best. So now, one of the number ways is to get a goal. So maybe if you're going to start running, don't just start running, but sign yourself up for a half marathon or a 10K or a marathon, even if you give yourself enough time to do it. Or maybe another kind of sporting event, or maybe you have something that you want, a goal that you want to hit. So maybe lose a certain amount of weight. So if you have a goal, then that makes it easier for you to stick to and more motivate yourself. Now, if it is a long goal, such as losing a lot of weight or doing a big event like a marathon, then sometimes it's good then to split it up into little mini goals, so that in 1 month you'll be here, 2 months you'll be there, and 3 months you'll be here, rather than just looking at your 6-month goal, because sometimes that can feel completely unachievable, and then that's a bit demotivating, and then we're more likely to stop. So that's one way, find a goal. The second way is to find a buddy, so get someone to exercise with you or someone to also do the same goal as you, and then you can help support each other through it. Another way is to tell everyone that you're going to do this and maybe have a penalty. So one way I heard was that someone said they were going to go to the gym 3 times a week, and if they didn't, then they would have to wear their friend's favourite football strip, which happened to be their worst nightmare team football strip. And that was quite a good motivating factor for them to keep going to the gym. So it's finding the motivating factor that helps you stay with your goal. Now, also what I noticed is not to worry too much when you have a bad day or a bad week. I had a couple of patients a few years ago who lost a lot of weight between them, and they said that one of the main things that kept them going was that if they had a bad day, not to let that be a bad week. So if you have a bad day on your healthy plans, whether that's drinking more water, eating more foods that are healthy and less foods that are bad for you, or doing more exercise, and you have a bad day because you don't go to the gym because you don't go to the gym because you're too tired, or you haven't drunk all your water today because you completely forgot and you left your water bottle at home, and there were cakes at the office, so you've eaten rubbish all day. That's fine, but don't let a bad day today be every bad day. Just go, okay, that was yesterday. Today, or that's stated, tomorrow will be better, and then just keep going in that way. So therefore, you don't lose the whole week, because if you've lost a bad week, then you might just give up altogether. Another thing that I see stops people in their tracks is injuries. So either an injury that you've forgotten that you had because you haven't done the sport for a while, or an injury that you then start getting because you started doing more. So there's 2 ways to sort this out. One is when you start doing your exercise or your new goal, don't go too enthusiastically at it, because I do see a lot of people in February who started going to the gym 5 times a week when they haven't seen a gym for 6 months beforehand, and then they start getting injuries. So build up slowly, because if you're less likely to find it too hard, because if it's too hard you're going to stop, and then you'll stop your healthy habit. Whereas if you start slowly, it becomes more achievable, more doable, more enjoyable, and you're more likely to stick to it, and you're less likely to be injured. And if you are injured, rest and get someone to have a look at it. So either someone like a chiropractor like me, or a physio or an osteopath. But if it keeps going, then get someone to look at it. So those are my top tips for keeping healthy habits. First of all, choose one that you really want to do, and try not to change too much at once, because often we go, we're going to do this, and this, and it's too much. So don't do too many at once. Choose one or two, one habit, start that. Once you're doing that consistently, then if you want to start another one, bring it in there. And another way to help that is to do what's called habit hooking. So to hook your habit onto something you already do. So for instance, I often tell patients to do their exercises just after they've brushed their teeth, because we all brush our teeth twice a day. We should be. Maybe that's a healthy habit if you're not, but I really hope that you are. So say you're brushing your teeth every day, then after you've brushed your teeth, maybe that's when you do your meditation, or that's when you take your first sip of water, or that's when you plan when you're going to go and do your exercise. So that kind of thing makes it much easier for you to do, because you've already got a habit that you do and you're hooking it onto the back of the next one. When you then get that habit going, well, then you can hook another one onto it if you want to, but don't do too much at once. So don't do too much at once. Build up the habit slowly if it's an exercise type thing, so you don't injure yourself. Set a goal, an achievable goal, and if it's a big goal, split it into little top bits so you've got achievable things you can get to every single day. Things that are really good are such as the couch to 5k. So if you want to start running, that's a really good one, because it will build your exercise in slowly and it gives you achievable goals to achieve, to hit. Find a friend to help you, and also make everyone tell everyone that you're going to do it, and have a penalty if you fail. That's quite a good one, but it's a good motivator anyway. So I've written more about this in a blog that will be coming out next week, and we'll link to that next week. And we'll also have another choice for you to choose as to what I talk about on next week's Friday Tea Break. If you've missed the beginning of this, then you can hop onto it. We'll pop it onto Facebook. We'll share it there in a moment. But I hope you found that useful. My name's Rosie from Total Chiropractic. Goodbye.